Hey, what's up? This is Matt Dietz, and this is Agency Launch. This is the show where I talk about what it's like to run an insurance agency. We talk about staffing and sales and marketing and customer service. And if you can do those four things really well, you can run an effective agency. So those are the things that we talk about. If you want some more resources, I've got some for you. I've curated a wonderful list of free resources that include YouTube channels and free downloads and other podcasts that I trust. Just do me a favor, send me a text, 208-213-8809, and send the word free to that text, and I will hook you up. Okay. I want to talk a little bit more about life insurance today. We're having some success. My company has a brand new life platform that's very exciting, I think. And it's taken a ton of the friction out of the process because 80% of our applications are not requiring a paramed. And we are getting instant issue policies for up to like $2 million. And this blows the thing wide open for us, I believe. So I'm going to walk you through my process on what we're doing in the new system and how we wrote 9 policies in March. So we're off to a good start. All right. So as you may know, we send out a life quote with every quote we do. Okay. If you can make that standard in your agency, I would recommend you do that. We have to create the opportunities to have the life insurance conversations, okay? So if you add a 10-year, $150,000 quote to everything you do, and as you're selling your products to people at the end, say, hey, as you notice, I put a life insurance quote in there. My agency sends one of these out with every quote we do because it's that important. We want to make sure everybody's protected properly. Where do you have your life insurance? Okay, that's it. Bang, do that. I've got it through work, okay? You guys know how to handle these conversations, right? The follow-up question is, do you have enough? And then away you go. Okay, so that's one way. As soon as they start asking you questions, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. All right, so that's your first goal. The second thing you want to do is we're going to dangle a cheapo policy in front of them. Okay, if they're under 40, even under 50, you could put something in front of them that is affordable. 10-year, 150. Heck, we can even do a $50,000 policy now, but we're still going to be doing the 150 for a while. We might be doing $50,000 policies for people who are over 50, so just keep that in mind. What we're going to do is put that in front of people. Remember, this will trigger a home and auto discount, so you can do the net cost thing. Hey, this life policy is $15 a month. It's going to save you $8 a month on your home and auto, so this life policy is only going to cost you $7 a month, okay? You also want to express how easy this is going to be. And I can express it very easily and people can tell that I'm excited about it because in the past, when we had to do a paramed exam for almost every client, that's where everything would break down. There's so many ways the sale would crater when we were doing paramed exams. The client doesn't schedule the paramed exam. The client does schedule the paramed exam but doesn't go. The paramed company never gets a hold of the client and doesn't schedule it at all. The paramed company has to reschedule the paramed exam and they never reschedule. Doctor orders our record after the paramed exam. I mean, that's 5 ways where the client's like, all right, that's good, I'm out. No, you guys, I was probably closing 50% of my life policies because it would break down. We have removed all the friction from this policy. So if you get someone that says, yeah, let's apply for that. I want to apply for the 10-year 150. Cool. So our system right now, we send them an email. That's it. Okay. We send them an email. They fill out the application. I tell them it takes 8 minutes. It's a very basic application. Okay, it takes them like 8 minutes to do. It's information that they know. Name, address, phone number, email, birthday, height, weight. I don't even know if we do height and weight. Essentially they're signing and agreeing to us going out and grabbing medical records and pharmaceutical records and all kinds of stuff. All that stuff's electronic now. Now we can grab it and look at it, scan it, and give an offer. Okay. When they finish that, it comes back to me. I punch in a few additional things and I hit enter. And at that point, we get an offer. Dude, you can get an offer in like an hour if you're on the ball with this stuff. One trick of the trade, when you send the first email to them, tell them that that link is good for 24 hours. Okay? It's good for longer than that. Deadlines are important. Okay? So I'll be like, hey, this is important. I got to make sure you do this within the next 24 hours or else we're going to have to do it again. So is this a good 24-hour window for you to do it? Yeah. No. Can you find 8 minutes for me? Sure. Okay. So that strategy works. I get like 9 out of 10 back. All right. When it comes back to me and I put my information in, I get an offer. What we're seeing is the offers are coming in at like $2 million. You've been approved for up to $2 million. Okay. So now what do? I go back to the client ecstatic. All right. Oh my God. Awesome news. You just got approved for up to $2 million. Like they won the lottery, right? You just got approved for up to $2 million. Okay. So what I'm going to do is you throw a bunch of numbers at them. Okay. If you're going to I've done this over email, to be honest with you, unless you've been specific. I worked with someone recently and we determined they needed 1.2 million. There should be a way that you help people determine how much they need, right? We wrote a $1.2 million policy and we issued it at that number. This strategy is a little bit different. We are just throwing some low-hanging fruit at them, and then we're going to increase it. We're going to upsell, okay, when the offer comes in. So what I've done, and this has worked a couple times beautifully, is I send the email, say, congratulations, you just got offered $2 million worth of life insurance. I know we applied for 10-year 150, but let me give you some options just in case. I want you to see how affordable this is, because to go from 150 to 250 is like $4 a month sometimes. What if they look at the $1 million price and like, wow, it's only $39 a month for $1 million. I didn't know it'd be that cheap. Let's buy that. So I sent 12 numbers to the last person I did this to. They were a little bit older. I did 10, 15, 20-year terms. And then I did 150, 250, 500, $1 million. I might have even done 2 million. Okay. Either way, for 10, 15, and 20-year terms. So I did it in the email. It's very easy to read, and I just want them to see a list of numbers, and I want them to see some big numbers. I want them to see what the 20-year 2 million looks like, because they're going to look at it and it's going to be like $374. Okay. Dude, that $374 is an anchor. It's going to make the $50 a month policy look really good. Even though you applied for a $16 a month policy, this makes the $50 a month policy looks great up against $375. So I've done this a number of times and it's worked. The first one I did it with, I quoted a woman 10-year, 150, $20 a month. She wound up buying, I believe it was a 10-year. I think she bought a 20-year 250. Okay. And it was like $52 a month. Okay. The last one I did, we applied 10-year 150. She wound up buying a policy that was $88 a month. So this is a good strategy. Okay. People like choices. This is a great way to give a bunch of choices. There is definite sales psychology going in here because they're seeing larger numbers, and that's going to play a role in their decision. So that's my advice to you today. Okay. This process can be, you guys, we have a chance to write a lot of life insurance with this new process. A lot. We're trying to write 1 or 2 a week. Okay. So there you go. My name is Matt. This is Agency Launch. Don't forget, you can find me all over the place. I'm on LinkedIn, very active on LinkedIn. That's kind of where I'm hanging out professionally right now. Also on my text thread, 208-213-8809. You'll have access to me. You can ask me questions. Send me the word free. I'll send you some free stuff. And don't forget, agencylaunch.net. I've got some stuff for you there too. So I have some new programs that are priced. I have programs now for all different budgets. So I have my flagship coaching, and then I've got on-demand coaching. I've got a group right now that I'm working with that you're welcome to check out, and it's very exciting. So agencylaunch.net is where you'll find that stuff. Thank you so much for listening. Keep up the good work.